300 days of sunshine a year, old colonial-style cities, colorful houses, vintage cars, cigars and rum. Havana and beaches with heavenly landscapes. These are the ingredients that make Cuba a favorite destination for tourists around the world. Despite expectations, it is not exactly a cheap destination. But you can travel smart and you can fit in a decent budget if you sell the offers of the airlines and find a good price for accommodation. Before you plan your vacation in Cuba, you should know that if you really want to sunbathe, you might have surprises in December to February, when the lowest temperatures are between 15 to 20 degrees. Between September and November, the island is often the target of hurricanes and storms. October is the wettest month of the year, and July is the warmest. But in principle, Cuba is a year-round holiday destination with a subtropical climate and an average temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. You should also know that in Cuba there are two currencies, the national peso, which is used by the locals, and the convertible peso for tourists. The difference between the two coins is very big, so be very careful not to confuse them. CUC is stronger than CUP. Of course, tourists can also use national pesos for tickets for transportation, fruits and vegetables at the market, street snacks or fresh, but in most cases you, as a tourist, will rely on convertible pesos. One Cuban convertible peso is 0.87 euro or $1. One cup is 0.33 euro or $0.38. The first concern, the plane ticket. A plane ticket normally starts at around 650 euros, without taxes and luggage. However, by carefully following the offers of the airlines, you can certainly deduct another 100 euros for a ticket taken in advance. And with a little luck, if you can find a direct flight, good for you. However, a two-stop flight may be cheaper. As in any place in this world, in Cuba the accommodation differs depending on the area, conditions and services. For a smaller budget, you can confidently turn to the private house where you will have an authentic Cuban experience. It has decent conditions, an okay price, and is the best way to get to know the locals better. The owners of these private houses will also prepare your 3 meals, if you want to eat there, at least once a day. It's worth it. In a private home a double room costs about $20 to $30 per night. At a mid-range hotel, a night's accommodation can cost between $25 and $180. However, the most beautiful experience in Cuba is to stay at least a few days at a luxury 5-star resort on the beach. You will definitely feel that in paradise, but also the prices are higher. For example, at Royalton Hicacos in the famous Varadero Resort, one night's accommodation in a double room costs $376, all-inclusive. Generally, at a 5-star resort located on the beach, accommodation starts at $200 and goes up to $400. When you write down how much a vacation costs in Cuba, you also have to make a budget for transportation. It's a shame to stay in one place, so you'll probably have to invest large sums of money in travel as well. The good news is that it's pretty cheap to travel to Cuba. Here is an indicative cost of transportation to Cuba. A taxi ride into the city cost between $2.50 and $7. From the airport to Havana a taxi ride costs around $25. Getting an hour by taxi in the city costs around $30. There is also the possibility to take a shared taxi. Colectivos, shared taxis cost 50 cents per ride. In Havana, there are vintage cars that travel around the city on certain predetermined routes, and can take passengers going in that direction. You just have to signal to them that you want to go. In addition, you should know their route very well. You can go by shared taxis in between cities and the price can be the same as a bus trip. From Trinidad to Havana the cost is $25. A bus ride to the city costs only 4 cents. An hour in the tour bus costs between $4 and $5. Here are some indicative prices on certain routes. Havana to Vinales, $12. Vinales to Cienfuegos, $35. Cienfuegos to Trinidad, $6. Trinidad to Camagüey, $15. You can also rent a scooter for $25 a day. For a rented car you can pay about $85 a day. It is said that culinary specialties are not exactly the strong point of Cubans, but you can certainly find something to your taste. The locals don't eat much at the restaurant, because the prices are a bit high for the salaries in Cuba. Of course, at a luxury resort you don't have to worry about food, you'll find it all. Here are some indicative prices to set your budget for food if you want to see how much a vacation in Cuba costs. Breakfast in a private house, between $3 and $7. Lunch or dinner on the street food type around $2. Lunch or dinner in a mid-range restaurant cost from $8 to $20. Alcohol cost between $2 to $5. Coffee, between 25 cents and $3. A bottle of water at 1.5 liters is $1 or $2. Street snacks, between 50 cents and $2. You will not get bored in Cuba because you have a lot of options for spending time. Some for little money, others for a lot of money. Admission to the museum can be free, but it can also cost $10. A tour of Havana in a vintage car, $30. Horse riding in Vinales, $5 per hour. A show at Cabaret Tropicana, $85 plus. Salsa or rum courses, $15 per hour. Let's talk about internet access. It's not so easy to get online in Cuba. If you can't live only offline, then you need to buy a special card from Itexa. With it you will have internet access on your own phone, for a fee of $2 to $6 per hour. With the card you can connect anywhere with Wi-Fi. That is all for this guide. Thanks for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.